So we've got Oscar here with us today. Oscar and Jacob last year won the Frankenbike Award at Melbourne-Roobaix.
That's correct. Yeah, we're always just interested in making really strange and weird bikes, so we decided to do that again this year. And this is my bike, the wcle.
The wcle. Okay, now take us through the wcle. What componentry do we have here? I can see a couple of bottom brackets, I think.
Yep, so majority is BMX components. So there's a BMX bottom bracket, a mountain bike bottom bracket for the steering headset here.
Yep.
And then the rest of the frame was just built with steel and built myself in the backyard. The interesting thing about this bike is the fact that despite it being a mini velo with a standard wheelbase, it actually has 56 degrees of rake, which is what makes it really strange to ride. So usually when you think of a raked out bike, you think of those long choppers with the front wheel way out in front. This is all of that rake with the small wheelbase, which just makes it very strange to ride.
The steering. How did you come up with the steering? Because there's no fork here as such. Well, it has sort of a half fork. It's a bit of a lefty.
Yep.
Reminds me of a Cannondale. So you've actually only got the one side on that. How did you get the steering, even just the, I guess, the degree of steering to be relevant to normal steering? How did you work that out?
It was a bit of trial and error, and I did a lot of work in CAD software. So I was just designing this on the computer, and I could do a lot of trials with, lever angles and steering ratios, and that helped a lot. But then when it came down to it, I had to make a lot of modifications and adjustment to my original plan just because it was so weird, and I didn't really know what to expect.
Yep.
So I'm really surprised in the end it worked so well.
So not just a hack job, a full CAD design bike.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Now on the day, you got through Melbourne-Roobaix. So Melbourne-Roobaix is about 40 kilometres of all different types of terrain. Famously known for its cobbles as well. How did the bike go across the cobbles?
Across the cobbles, it went pretty well. Surprisingly, incredibly stiff frame. Like, just so stiff. It was a bit of a bone rattler, but it held up, really well. And I was just pleasantly surprised.
And it got through the mud as well. There's a bit of mud on Melbourne-Roobaix.
Yeah, this year wasn't that much rain, so not so much mud, but it handled everything pretty well.
Brilliant. Now, we have to see it in action. So, can you give us an example of how this thing works?
Yeah, that's it.
But first of all, we'll have to get you a helmet because we can't put a video on the internet without a helmet. That looks surprisingly easy to ride. Now it's my turn. Ride it out of the saddle too. Like that's... That is surprisingly... feels like a real bike. The turning angle or turning circle is a little bit wider than normal, but as soon as you look down, you freak out with the front wheel flopping over. You can see the front wheel here. That's something else. That is so ace. That is awesome, and it parks itself. So that was Oscar and his bicycle. That really is something that, you know, if there's only a few things that wow me, that definitely wowed me. That was something brand new, something I'd never seen before, but something that people like Von, I mean, you ride bikes all the time anyway, but you could just jump on and ride that thing. How did you find it?
Completely approachable. I didn't know how robust it was going to be. Once you got on there, you're like, this is fantastic. It was so steerable. Yeah, good fun.
It just worked. And Hannah jumped on as well. So, yep, Von's sister was there. Hannah just jumped on the bike and rode it. It was something really, really unique, but it definitely some wow factor there. So having a chat to Oscar about it all, it is expressly clear that he's an engineer and really, really loves what he does. And I said to him, if you could mass produce these, I would buy one. Hands down, I would buy one of those. I'd said, what, $1,000? It's not like a BMX. An adult won't go and buy a BMX to ride to the shop or have as a utility bike, but something like that wasn't a BMX, wasn't a kid's bike. It was a utility bike that was unique. It was fun to ride, and you could just jump on the thing and go.
Yeah, I love how functional it was.
Yeah.
It was low to the ground, so I didn't feel intimidated to try it. Yeah, good fun.
Awesome stuff. So look, I'll put the links below to Oscar's Instagram and Oscar's contact details. If anybody's out there who wants to contact him and have a chat about it, wants more info, wants to mass produce these things with Oscar, go for your life. I would so buy one of these. Last year at Eurobike, I saw a ton of other products that were not even anywhere near the ballpark of this thing. Even at Interbike and things like that. This thing would be nuts. Even just to have that bike to ride around Eurobike, it would turn heads. As I said, I'd buy one. And when it comes to, if it's new technology that I'd buy like that, I think it's pretty cool. More people need to see this. So please comment below. Let us know what you think. Would you like to have a ride of one? Do you think there's a business in it? I reckon there's a business in it. Should he Kickstarter it? And yeah, look, even contact Oscar below, because that was just brilliant. It really was. And it was robust enough to survive Melbourne-Roobaix. So he's already done the product testing. It works.
True.
All right, thanks for watching. And Von, thanks for riding and, you know, giving the bike a shot as well. And we shall see you soon.
Bye.